I started to cut out. Yeah, this happens now. This is why it kind of connects with the title. Whenever I go live now, I'm always never expect it 100% it's going to work. It just seems to happen everywhere now. I don't know if there's too many people using internet connection. Sometimes it works well, so let's see. So I've already just done about a 47-minute live stream that you can check out on how to better manage anxiety and uncertainty by, practicing gratitude, also known as daily discipline. I covered a lot there, so you can check that one out. And I want to continue on here. Let's see how much we can get done. Hopefully get some questions. I'm going to start running monthly live events now from this month, because it's just it's a lot better than doing the live streams, even though I do enjoy some of these. And, I just feel it's time now to start doing it. So I'll give you guys and girls more information how you can come. I'm going to be doing hopefully twice a month. It's a bit disheartening when I get so excited about doing these live streams. A plan that you put a lot of energy in it, and this technological challenges that a lot of people go through, it can be quite energy draining. That's the only downside that I don't like about doing live streams and too much time on the internet. It's quite depleting. I think you start to notice it more when you're, living more of a positive life and you go in gym, running a business, you're meeting up with people in person. So that's one of the negatives about doing too much time on the streams. The connection's not always good. It drains your energy. So it's a balance. So yeah, apologies if you just come on the stream. I was doing one early. I did about 47 minutes, and for some strange reason the internet cut out. So if you've got any questions, let me know. I was right in mid-flow there. I really was getting into the talk, really enjoyed it, and I was going to get my energy back. I feel quite depleted. I was just, there we go. How to deal with consistency? What do you mean? How to deal? Are you struggling with consistency? Could you explain a bit more of your question? Please try and elaborate on your questions if you want me to answer, because sometimes when you lot put your questions down, if they're not spelt right or you don't elaborate, I'm trying to second guess what you mean, obviously, because you're not with me in person. Well, with consistency, again, it's a daily practice. It's something that you have to work at, a habit. You've got to, all these things are a daily practice. Yeah, if you just come on the stream, I was doing a stream just a minute ago and it cut out, so you can watch that one as well. Hopefully it doesn't do it again. I've said it before, discipline, anxiety management, building confidence, gratitude, facing fears, overcoming anxieties and insecurities. This is a daily thing. A lot of people have got, I'd say it's not the best mindset. They think about the future too much and then they don't make progress. You can only do one day at a time. You're here right now. So instead of saying, well, how can I be consistent for the next 30, 60, 90 days a year? That just puts a lot of pressure. A better way is asking yourself, how can I take one day at a time? If you're consistent today, then great, well done. The next day, you've got that same question to answer. So that's why, over the years, I sort of changed the way that I live my life and the way that I taught. Because before I had a mental health breakdown in 2017, I lived a great life for a long time. I was successful. if you want to say it in that way, and I help people. But I realized that I was always putting things off in the future. Okay. How to build consistent routine, not affected by other routines. One, like I said again, it's a daily thing. If you change your mindset from how can I just be consistent today, but if I think about live streaming tomorrow, it's too much pressure. I'm gonna have too much anxiety because tomorrow doesn't exist. But I'm here now. I'm on the live now. Now, if you go back on my channel, you'll see that I'm very consistent throughout a lot of things that I do, right? I'm not perfect, but I'm consistent. And the way that I've achieved that is by practicing daily discipline. This is what I teach in all my programs. Daily discipline. If you can be disciplined today and enjoy it and be grateful, you're more likely to be disciplined the next day. So it's changing your relationship with consistency, time, anxiety, all these things, one day at a time. You can't do 30 days now. Let me know on the box below. Can any of you do 30 days right now? Can we do 30 days? No one can do that. But you can do one day at a time. You can do now. So consistency starts off today and not by putting it off tomorrow. The reason why a lot of people are not consistent because they think about it too much. And when they think about it, they get very anxious, they get uncertain, they start to judge. And then, as you said, the addictions come in, the self-sabotaging behaviors. Whereas if you just went, forget about tomorrow and next week, because I haven't got control over that. What I have got control over is myself in this moment. Now, so a lot of it is mental discipline, emotional discipline, and accepting the fact that you can't control everything. No one can. Control what you can control, accept what you can't control, and be smart enough to know the difference between the two. So hopefully that helped. I've given you a different relationship with time, consistency, routine, and I've told you just focus on one day at a time. Don't start saying to yourself, I hope that I can not break my addiction for the next 20 years because it's too much pressure. You will break it that way. But if you go one day at a time, then it's possible that you can beat your addiction for the rest of your life. Any more questions? Come get your questions going. I really enjoy answering them. I've already spoke for almost an hour now. Wow, that coffee's kicking in there, really strong. Ooh. Wow. I should have got a decaf. There you go, never mind. It's hard, man. It's challenging because it's the way that the human mind works is it always wants to go into the future and start thinking. Yeah, you can do that. It's the same. Well, when you say forever, you know, we don't live forever, so we've only got a certain amount of time on this earth. But I see what you're saying. If that helps psychologically, then you're correct. That's right. The question is, isn't it, is how can I change my relationship with anxiety, with fear, with time, with discipline, with consistency, with my emotions, with my thoughts, with my past, that whole relationship with uncertainty and anxiety. And how can I have more mental and emotional toughness so that, as you said, when I'm working on being consistent in my life, I don't allow my fears and my anxieties or the big challenges to break that relationship. That's why we can only do it one day at a time. I can't guarantee any of you. I can't even guarantee you tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be alive tomorrow. All I can do is what I can do now. I'm in this moment teaching to the best of my ability, doing what I love, helping people to face their anxieties, to change their life, to live each day with gratitude, to practice improving their tolerance to uncertainty and being a better person. That's all right now. It's challenging because as soon as you tell someone to stop overthinking, what happens? They start overthinking. If I say to you right now, stop thinking negative, stop worrying about tomorrow, what is the likelihood you're going to do those things? So it's also learning the discipline to react to intrusive thoughts or normal thoughts. Because as soon as you start to react and try to change them, what happens? They get worse. So it's learning these different ways of being more present, being more disciplined. And this is a daily thing. I teach this and I work on it myself because it's challenging for everybody. But running helps. That's why I like running. I run in my own life because I love it. It helps me to manage my anxiety, live a better life. I teach my committed clients to run more because running improves the mind and it helps in every area. When you're focused on something that you enjoy, anxiety doesn't exist. But the challenge is when you're not focused, that's when the anxiety starts to come on in a way where you suffer a lot. Because your mind's not focused, you're not present, you're not here. And every time you're not present and you're not here and you're not focused, that's when the mind has time to come in and start making you suffer. So I said it on the stream earlier that you can watch before it cut off. There's two disciplines that I'm practicing now and teaching. The first discipline is to face your anxieties of going to the gym, socializing, your career, all the practicalities of daily living. I've explained that and I continue on the channel. Then the second one is to practice relaxing when you're sitting down, because obviously at some point you've got to come back to sitting down. You can only go to the gym so much, you can only work so much, you can only speak so much. There is a point where we're sitting down and we have the relationship of our own mind, and that challenges everybody depending on how disciplined they are, including me. So that's why it's good to practice sitting down and working on finding contentment or relaxation with your own mind while sitting down like you are now. Wherever you are right now, your mind's going. Practicing not reacting to every single thought that you have. If you react to every thought, then you're going to get really anxious in a negative way. Whereas if you just get better at being mindful or being more aware of your thoughts and not having to react to every thought that you have, you're going to have more peace. So it's a daily practice, and the more you practice daily, the more progress that you're going to start making. But if you're constantly observing and monitoring your progress, that can actually create negative anxiety. So sometimes people do the best thing. They just they don't think about their anxiety. They don't think about, am I positive? Am I negative? And that's a lot of the times where, people feel good, where we all feel free, because we're not thinking about how we should think. We're not overthinking. We're just in the moment enjoying life. And sometimes you just do that naturally. And that's one of the great truths about living a better life. If any of you got any questions, let me know in the box below. Happy to answer. Have been talking now for the last hour and 15 minutes. I was doing another stream, it cut out, and I've continued here. So I've covered a lot. You can refer back to my live streams and videos on how you can change your life, how you can live more of a disciplined life, how you can live each day with more gratitude, how you can be a better person, how you can get better control and understanding over your anxieties and your fears, how you can enjoy each and every day. But I think everyone's different, everyone's strong in different areas. Some people, a lot of my clients, I'm the same. Some people are happier, more relaxed when they're taking action, when they're at the gym working out, or they're at work or at uni, or if you're helping a client, or you're with friends, family, or you're cleaning, you're doing something where your mind's not occupied on worrying and overthinking. But some people are different. Some people are more relaxed when they're sitting around. So everyone's different. You've got to find what works for you, but ultimately we're all human. We all struggle with anxiety at any given moment, and it's all, obviously, life is challenging for all of us. It's not always challenging. It's not always challenging for me, but at some point it will be. If you look at your life now and you go over it, there'll be periods where you're really good, which is great. You were grateful, you weren't worried, things are going well. But there'll also be times where you were in despair, you were worrying, things weren't going well, they weren't going the way that you wanted them to. You had external challenges, you had internal challenges, your mindset was worrying. That's the story of all people. Please get your questions in. Don't be nervous or embarrassed. If you ask me a question, I'll do the best I can to answer it. If I don't have the answer, then I won't answer. I personally always find that your mind will be a lot more relaxed if you're a very anxious person. And this is pretty much for everyone, but especially if you're dealing with a lot of anxiety at the moment and you want to calm it down. When you go for a workout, if I go for a run, after the run I'm always usually way more peaceful than what I would have been if I hadn't have gone for a run, which is why exercise is so good. I mean, exercise is good for your health anyway, your physical, your mental and emotional. And I've always feel like I know that exercise builds a better character, makes you a better person, it makes you appreciate life more, it makes you look at things in a different way, in a more positive way. But it makes you more relaxed after. Same for boxing, any physical training, or swimming, running, bodybuilding, anything that is physical. When you put your energy into a lot of physical activities, it tends to settle your mind more. It seems to calm down all of those anxious programs that are naturally a human mechanism of overthinking and worrying. So I'm basically saying to people, if you want to improve your anxiety in your life, exercise more, be more consistent. You'll notice a difference. That's one way. The second way is speaking, public speaking. And speaking authentically with respect and honesty, speaking with family, friends on a live stream, on all platforms to the best of your ability. The more you speak, the more relaxed you'll be. So exercise is great for reducing anxiety, discipline, gratitude. They're all connected. So if someone says to me, Jonathan, I don't have any discipline in my life, how do I become more disciplined? Well, you've got to face your anxieties more. If people don't really think of it as an anxiety, no problem. It's language, everyone's got their own relationship with words, but we get to the truth. So if someone says to me, I'm not happy with my life, I'd say, well, the reason why you're not happy is because you probably definitely lack discipline in your life. If I was to come to your apartment, I'm not saying I would do that, but let's just say for argument's sake, I come to your apartment, do you make the bed? Do you wash the dishes? Is your apartment tidy? The likelihood is it probably isn't. If I was to say, are you exercising in your life? Probably you're not exercising, or you're not consistent enough. Right, we've just highlighted 2 or 3 areas which are affecting your discipline, your confidence, your self-esteem. They're areas that you could work on, change, improve, and you'd see a significant improvement in your character, your mental health, and your life. So exercise consistently, eat healthy consistently, be kind to people consistently, but have obviously boundaries, communicate, all the things I've said. They're simple, it's not rocket science, but it's challenging in that you've got to face your fears and your anxieties to do it. Brilliant, man. Same to you, appreciate you coming on. Good luck. Like I said, what challenges a lot of people is, people find it challenging to constantly repeat the process of daily living. So if I said to you, did you go gym yesterday? And you went, yeah, I did it, well done. But if I said, but what about today? You go gym today, but what about tomorrow? And that's what challenges a lot of people, because the way the mind's concerned is it's like, well, I don't want to do it again, I already did it. Well, if you want to keep on living and enjoying your life, we've got to keep on going. What challenges everybody until they get better at improving that relationship with the way that they think about time, anxiety in their life is forever. So when people say to me, Jonathan, how long does it take to get in shape and go to the gym? If I said forever, no one would do it. If I said it takes 20 years, you're not going to do it, because you're going to go, it takes too long. But obviously, it doesn't take 20 years to get in shape. It depends on how committed you are. If you've got a mentor, your strategy, but it's that mindset that would make you succeed. If you said, I don't care if it takes me 20 years, I'm gonna do it to lose weight and get in shape, you're gonna succeed. And that's why I say the clients that are the most committed that I work with are successful, because they've got a different attitude with time, anxiety, discipline, and daily living, as opposed to the ones that are not committed. They're not committed to living it. They're not committed to facing the fears. They're not committed to accepting that none of us are perfect, but we can be better. And they're not committed to the process of waking up in the morning, beating the snooze button, making the bed, cleaning the apartment, eating healthy, practicing gratitude, working on your career, being a better person, learning. None of us are perfect, forgiving, moving on, wake up, same again. People are not committed to that. It frightens people. It drives them mad mentally thinking about it. I understand it, but you only do one day at a time. So the obvious advice is don't think too much about the future, or you will get so stressed and frightened that you won't do anything when it comes. You'll procrastinate. Procrastination is thinking about the future too much. Gratitude is here and now. What am I grateful for right now? I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm alive right now. You might have a coffee in your hand, you might have food. That's gratitude. That's one of the ways of gratitude. Gratitude could also be, examining your whole life and going, I'm grateful for my life, all the good things in my life. It takes a lot of courage to live now, to live every day, one day at a time, to the best of your ability. It takes courage for everyone, me included, I'm no different. but you can do it. It can be done. I'm doing it. My committed clients are doing it. A lot of you are doing it. Millions of men and women all around the world are doing it. So get started today. Like I said, the things that I'm sharing are really simple, but that doesn't mean they're easy. Simple, but difficult to do consistently. The word keeps coming up lately. People keep asking me, how do I be consistent? Why is it? Ask yourself this question, and this will help you not to judge. Why are you able to do something that's difficult and you do it so well, but you're not able to consistently do it? Ask yourself that question. Let's go over that now. That's the question that's coming up. These are questions that are not quick fixes. If you try to sometimes come up with the answers right now, you're going to tie yourself up in knots, although you can. They take time, one day at a time, which is why I've got to go over, and I don't have to, but I enjoy it. I've got to go over things that I've said 20 years ago, 12 years ago, yesterday, the week before, because they're still true right now, and that is one day at a time. Some of the best advice, if not all of it, is the stuff that's simple, that a lot of the time people overlook, they undervalue it, because they think, no, that's so simple, that can't be the truth in this area, and it is. It's because you're not practicing it. I've said it before, I'm going to make a little bit of a joke, it's true. If you want to build mental toughness, try and stay in a sauna for 20 minutes or half an hour. I did it the other week and I got sauna burn, but it was amazing, because when I was sitting there, after 15 minutes, my mind was going at berserk. I was like, when I want to leave, I'm suffering, it's hot in here, and I just tried my best. I persevered and I got through the half an hour. One day at a time, that's all we can do. I've never met anybody that can live 2 days at a time. Have you met anyone in your life that you know that lives 2 days at a time? Never met anyone, it's not possible. So this is what I'm teaching, one day at a time, the daily discipline, routine or program. You practice being disciplined one day at a time. You practice being honest one day at a time. You do the best you can, you help people, you go gym, you eat healthy, you work on your goals, your dreams, your education. You do it one day at a time. Then you get a bit of confidence from that, you get a bit of hope from that, you get some strength and discipline, then you decide to do it the next day. I'm enjoying this live stream today. It's challenging, as I expected it to be, but challenging is not negative. I was mentoring a client once on the 1 year program. I worked with him for a long time, and he asked me honestly, he said, tell me the truth, how is it mentoring me today? And I said, it's challenging. I said, I really enjoy it. He said, oh, is that? I said, that's not bad. I said, if it wasn't challenging, then you wouldn't appreciate anything. He said, how am I challenging? I said, you're challenging to work with. I said, it doesn't mean I love you any less, you're challenging. I said, I'm challenging. But I said, that's where you're going to appreciate it. I went, oh, okay. I said, you've assumed that because I said the word challenging, that I've said that you're negative. Well, no, it's not negative, this is gratitude. It took him some time, then he appreciated it. When I was doing amateur boxing, I had days where I went in the gym, went in the sparring. I don't think it was ever really easy, but there were days where it was easier. The days where it was very challenging, that's where I grew the most. That's where I got a lot of value from. So when I say today that this live stream is challenging, it doesn't have to be negative. It's not negative. It's neither negative or positive. It is correct, gratitude. It can be positive though. If it's not challenging, then we're not growing. We're not making progress. It can't be easy every day. You wouldn't appreciate life. So a lot of the gratitude that I experience and I practice of my faith, my life, what I've learned, is because of the challenges that I've gone through and that I'm continuing to go through, and the challenges that I help my clients to overcome or to accept or to work through. So if you're going through a challenge right now, just try this one word. Just go, it's challenging. It is challenging emotionally, mentally, but I'm grateful. Gratitude. Gratitude nullifies the pain that you're going through, or the appreciation. Sometimes life's challenging when there's so much love coming in and things are going good, and I'm surprised how strong I am, or strong a client is, or how well things are, or I'm dealing with things really well. Gratitude. So what I tend to do what I do when I come on these streams, all the things that I'm learning through my own daily life and gratitude and discipline, my own insecurities, my own failures, my own successes, and the things I'm helping my clients with, I bring them out, I share them, because they're true and they're from real experience. And I know that a lot of people will value the bits that they need to value, they'll take the bits that they need to take, they will disregard the bits that don't make sense and that they don't resonate with right now, and that is all round gratitude. A massive takeaway as well is, and people try and do it, and I do it sometimes too, and it fails. Stop trying to be perfect. No one's perfect. I've never met a perfect person in my life. If you've met anyone that's perfect, let me know in the box below if they're a living human being. Yeah, I'll get the bill in like 5 minutes. Thank you. So yeah, we're going to come to the end now. This has been great. I'll do almost about an hour and a half. So that's it, to be continued. This is how you change your life. You practice discipline, you manage anxiety, all the things we've gone over. I've answered many questions within simplifying it. Start today, and I'll go over the routine. Wake up as early as you can, make the bed, clean your apartment, eat healthy as consistently as you can, exercise consistently, treat people how you want to be treated, work on your career, your education. What else? And take a little bit of time out of each and every day to think about and feel about what you're grateful for in life. And you can do that right now, all right? So to be continued. I appreciate all of you coming on. I'll speak to you soon. Let's see how today goes, and we'll see if we're here tomorrow, and I'll speak to you then, all right? Bye.